Let's go, baby, let's go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready here for another wild evening of racing action. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. Woo! Oh, baby, this is going to be good, chat. This is going to be absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Oh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready here for another wild night of racing. As it's the Saturday Night Super Series, and we got another treat here for you in this one, man. A lot of very fast cars, a lot of great, talented drivers are going to duke it out and go to battle for 75 laps of racing action here at Lanier National Speedway. So we'll get this field stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Green flag racing here in just a little bit. Looks about 38, 39, 40 cars loaded into the sim, ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here tonight in this one. I do believe only 24 cars possibly or less going to this A main feature event. So unfortunately, people will be going home early. They'll be joining the fans in the stands here. So everyone's going to be on the top of their game, ready to rock and roll, ready to try to punch their ticket into the show here in this one. As we'll get these drivers stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here in just a few more moments as we get ready to go green flag racing here on a beautiful Saturday night. This is what it's all about right here, chat, and you guys already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we continue to build and grow over there on the red site as well. As we get all these drivers locked and loaded and ready to go. I see my boy Thomas Dennis says, hey Ron, how you doing tonight, sir? Thomas, I'm doing very good. I'm doing very well, my boy. I'm glad to see you up in the chat. I'm glad to see you guys in here. Jeremy Sorensen, Ty Dickinson, Bryce Dickinson, Jeff Dickinson, all the Dickinsons coming in, showing the love. Brycey Bear with that share as well. Casey Sabrina Childers coming in with that like and the share as well. Casey Duran with that heart reaction. Michaela Quinn coming in with that heart reaction. I got my boy Thomas Dennis coming in, dropping that like as well. Evan Channel coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream as we're going to get this field stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Ty says, hello, sir. Hello, Ty. How are you? How are you, my boy? As we got this field stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Heat race number 1 already onto the racetrack. So we're going to get ready to rock and roll. We're going to get ready to get right into the racing action. Starting on the pole in the 07 ride, it's the Speed Ranch number 07. That is Stephen Gaines. To his outside in the 1H, that is Vernon Hill. Down the inside, a row number 2 in the Cocky Floyd Consulting. Speed Ranch number 5, that is Lucas Rourke. To his outside in the 34B machine, that is the 3D Racing House of Speed Ride, that is Brandon Gibbs. Down the inside, a row number 3 in the 10 machine, that is Brady Miller. And to his outside in the 518, that is Joseph Grandy. Starting on the inside, a row number 4, this is 97 of Stephen Hart. To his outside, you see Patrick Lanier and Cody Myers bringing up the rear of the field as Josiah Johnson missed the start of this heat race as we are green flag racing. Quickly, Stephen Gaines onto the loud pedal. Gaines out in front, leading us down the backstretch as he's getting chased down by that 5 ride of Lucas Rourke. Rourke right there in position. Number 2 is Vernon Hill. Gonna slide back to 3rd. Here's that inside lane. Getting the quick jump here on the field. You see Brandon Gibbs battling door to door. Some contact. Gibbs up into the wall. The 10 right in there as well. Gibbs' ride absolutely tore apart. Parked up there on the high side of corner number 3. And unfortunately, he's going to take it down pit side. A heartbreaker there for Brandon Gibbs. Out in front, Stephen Gaines leading the way here. Gaines out in front, Lucas Rourke right there behind him. I do believe it's top 2 transfer through, so only 2 drivers will work their way into this A main feature event here in this heat race. Everybody else is gonna go to the consolation race. Mama Bear in the house as well, coming in showing the love. How are you, Mama Bear? Mama Bear coming in showing the love, says hello. My boy Aaron, hello Mama Bear, as out in front, Stephen Gaines looking to pick up heat race win number 1 on the evening. Lucas Rourke right there on his back bumper. Vernon Hill back there in position number 3, and then all the way back in position number 4 and looking for more, that is Stephen Hart. Cody Myers up into position number 5 here in that 55 ride as Patrick Lanier, Brady Miller, and Joseph Grandy, unfortunately, off the racetrack, as well as Miller with that damage on his car after that initial contact with the number 34 of Brandon Gibbs, as Gibbs got up into the outside fence. Yeah, these are pro late models. Wow, how many consies? I do believe there's going to be 2 consolation races, Thomas. I'm not 100% sure. I will have to double check that once this heat race is over. As out in front, Stephen Gaines just looking to punch his ticket into this A-main feature event. He knows, though, if he can pick up this heat race win, it's going to set him up for a very good night, starting up on the front row of this A-main feature event. Knows he needs to keep that 5 right back there behind him here, not only in this heat race, but all evening long. Is out of corner number 4. It's the 07 of Stephen Gaines, who's going to pick up heat race win number 1. Lucas Rourke right there in position number 2. He's going to punch his ticket into the A-main feature event as he's looking to pick up his 3rd checkered flag of the series, as we're going to get ready here for our 2nd heat race of the evening. Oh, let me see here for you, Thomas. It's looking like, yeah, C main and B main is what we got on the docket. As Kevin Battering coming in with the like on the stream. Brandon Moore coming in with the like as well. Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson with that heart reaction. Donovan says, what's up, sir? What's up, Donovan? How are you? You're welcome, Michaela. I appreciate you coming in, helping us out, showing the love here up in the chat, and making sure we got all the answers and everyone pointing in the right directions. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Here is heat race number 2 loaded into the sim. Starting on the pole in the Papa Mike Promotions NLR House of Speed number 9 Team Machine, that is Jamie Massey. To his outside in the 22 ride, that is Eric Curtis. And down on the inside of row number 2 in the 25 ride, that is Chris Haggard. To his outside in the NLR Papa Mike Promotions House of Speed number 20R, that is Cody Gagliano. And then down on the inside of row number 3, the 94, that's Kevin Battering. To his outside in the 75, that is Benji Killian. And down in the bottom of row number 4, it's the 77 ride of Warren Samoy. To his outside, PJ Popham. And bringing up the rear of the field in the 3D Racing House of Speed B14, that is Brian Wax, as we are green flag racing here once again at Lanier National Speedway. Out in front, Jamie Massey continuing to lead the way here, as Massey showing these drivers how to get it done quickly here in this one. He's not wasting any time as he's looking to open up a gap and run away from that 2nd place driver, not leaving anything on the table here or leaving them an opportunity to work themselves around him. As you see the 20R rider Cody Gagliano trying to work down low underneath the 22 rider Eric Curtis. Curtis trying to hang on to that 2nd and final transfer spot. And here comes Benji Killian. Killian looking to try to work himself up to the front of the field here, as well as Chris Haggard trying to hold off PJ Popham. Popham back there in position number 6, trying to work himself up inside the top 5 here in that orange and blue number 2. As there in position number 7, you see the 94 ride of Kevin Battering. Is Battering back in 7th, and then the pair of 3D Racing House of Speed rides of Brian Wax and Warren Samoy duke it out back here in 8th and 9th, as unfortunately Kyle Carter missing the start of this heat race. But out in front, it's all Jamie Massey. Massey now leading his teammate Cody Gagliano. Is Gagliano going to jump up and get around the 22? Here goes a slide jump out of the 75 ride, as Benji Killian's going to slide up over the nose of the 22. No contact. They're both able to keep their cars pointed in the right direction. No contact being made, and both of them are going to continue to battle here for position number 3. Unfortunately, this is still on the outside of a transfer spot looking in. They know they need to jump up on top of the wheel and try to work themselves into this A-main feature event, but they got 2 fast cars in front of them that they got to run down. As Jamie Massey out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done here in this one. Look at that overlay reloaded here for you. Is Aaron M29. What's good, Aaron? Hey, A-Ron coming in showing the love. How are you, brother? How you doing here in this one, as Man, a great race and a great run here as the white flag has been displayed for Jamie Massey. Massey down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Jamie Massey is going to pick up heat race win number 2. Cody Gagliano right there behind him. His teammate going to punch his ticket into this A main feature event as well. Everybody else will unfortunately be going to the consolation races as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. Heat race number 3 rolling out onto the racetrack. Starting on the pole here in heat race number 3, it is the 17 machine that is Brandon Moore. To his outside, the Tri-City Speed Machine is the 49 ride. That is Michaela Steffs. Down on the inside of row number 2 is the Cocky Floyd Consulting Speed Ranch Dirty South Speed Shop. Number 46, that is Diesel Jones. Into his outside, in the 06, it is the Gears Unlimited Tri-City Speed BBI Machine. That is Tommy Bush. Down on the inside of row number 3, you see the 91 ride is the Papa Mike Promotions Gears Unlimited House of Speed NLR Grip Hackney Live. It's the 91 of Keith Hackney. To his outside, his teammate, the Warrior Raps, Papa Mike Promotions NLR House of Speed, number 84, that is Bryce Dickinson. Down the inside of row number 4, the 307 of Donovan Sorensen. To his outside is the 97 of Michael Clinton. Then you see Daniel Elkins at the Speed Ranch Cocky Floyd Consulting 87 right there in 9th. And Casey Durand in the Apex Racing Buck Kicker number 43, bringing up the rear of the field. So we got them stacked up, racked up, and back to green flag racing here in heat race number 3. Quickly, the 17 right up on the high side. Here comes Michaela Steffs, gonna drive right down under him, but it's all Diesel Jones. Jones coming from 3rd to 1st. Here on the opening lap is the 46 ride. Not here to mess around. He quickly jumped out in front and took that lead away. Michaela Steffs now battling door to door here at the 17 ride of Brandon Moore as Moore trying to stay in that 2nd spot, trying to stay in that transfer position. But he's got that very, very fast car, the 49 ride of Michaela Steffs, and she works to her inside.
Subscriber hype.
Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh! Bubba, my boy Bubba coming in with a resubscribe over there on Twitch. That actually kind of scared me a little bit there. I was wondering where that music was coming from. My boy Bubba coming in, hitting that subscribe button once again as you see Bryce Dickinson, the 06 ride of Tommy Bush, and that 91 ride of Keith Hackney right there, right on the back bumper of all these drivers as you see Michaela Steffs still trying to work the inside lane here, trying to find herself a way around the 17 of Brandon Moore. Moore just trying to roll that high side and keep her at bay as here comes Bryce Dickinson. He's not waiting around any longer. He goes for the slide job. He makes it work, but a good crossover at the 17 is Brandon Moore down on the bottom side. He's going to cross up the racetrack here with the slide job of his loan. And down on the bottom side, here comes Bryce Dickinson once again, going to pay it back in 1 and 2 is a big run out of the 84 ride as Bryce Dickinson up into that 2nd and final transfer spot. They're 3 wide right there behind them. 3 wide as Michaela Steffs up on the high side. Now has the 06 of Tommy Bush working to her inside. Keith Hackney right there on her back bumper, but out in front, and a driver that's loving all this action behind him. That is Diesel Jones as Jones continues to lead the way, continuing to keep these drivers at bay as Bryce Dickinson up on top the wheel here in heat race number 3. He finds himself inside of a transfer spot. Everybody else on the outside looking in here on this one. Here comes Keith Hackney. He's not waiting around. He's trying to work that 91 ride to the front of the field here in a quick hurry. Michaela Steffs unfortunately falling victim to the 91 ride, and so isn't the 06 of Tommy Bush as the checker flag is going to be displayed as Diesel Jones picks up heat race win number 3, and Bryce Dickinson right there in position number 2, working themselves into the A main feature event. Everybody else is going to be going to the consolation races as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 4. You wanted more? Well, here you go. It's heat race number 4 on the racetrack, ready to rock and roll here in this one. Woo! Baby, that was a heck of a run and a heck of a drive. Oops, says Bubba. Bubba, you never have to oops, my boy. You never have to oops. Huge shout out to my boy. Let's get some hashtags up in the chat, whether it's on Facebook or over there on Twitch, for my boy Bubba coming in, hitting that resubscribe button, becoming a subscriber again on the channel for 5 months. Absolutely insane, my boy. Absolutely insane, coming in, showing the big love here in this one. Carrie Spears coming in with that like as well. Tyson Banks with that heart reaction. Ricky Chandler with the heart reaction. Brian Wax, Nathan Smith, John Callis, Heather Curtis, Cody Dwayne, Heathcock, my boy Cody coming in, showing the love. Kevin, Timmy, Bubba coming in with that like. Papa Mike with the like on the stream as well. Caden back, Kevin battering, and everybody else coming in and showing the love as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 4. Starting on the pole in the 54, that is Terry Boswell to his outside. In the 823, that is Lance Dubois. Down in position number 3, that is Chris Hill to his outside in the Sweet Victory. Number 12 is the Sweet Victory Apparel Mud Duck Racing Ride of Ben Countermarsh. Then you see Brady Thompson, Charles Barnes, Shannon Law, Bo Stencil, and Casey Childers in the 92 ride. Some big hitters here in heat race number 3 as Terry Boswell out in front quickly in this one. Boswell leading the way as Dubois there in position number 2. Ben Countermarch there into 3rd as Charles Barnes working himself up towards the front of the field here in a quick hurry as he finds himself there in position number 4 and looking for more. He's got Chris Hills working to his inside as Hill got a little bit loose there, made some contact with Casey Childers. Childers now trying to work himself up and around that number 21C of Charles Barnes. Bo Stinsel in the 9 ride looking to have himself a big run here as well. Unfortunately, starting deep in this one, and Brady Thompson unfortunately getting some damage here. I don't know what happened to the 27 ride, but unfortunately looks like he had some contact and some help here. As we'll take a look and see what happens. As him and Chris Hill just get some contact right there into the corner. He watches up the racetrack and then just runs out of room, gets up into the outside wall. Unfortunately, goes for a wild ride down here on the front stretch and a heartbreaker there as Brady all the way back in position number 9 is out in front. It's Terry Boswell. Boswell leading the way here in that Tri-City Speed Machine as the battle's on for position number 2. Here comes a slide job out of the 12 ride of Ben Countermarch as that Sweet Victory Apparel Majula Say Speed Shop Mud Duck Racing ride looking to try to punch his ticket into the A-main feature of Ben. Lance Dubois trying to hold on to it as here comes Charles Barnes and Bo Stencil. And Stencil right there as well in the 9 ride trying to poke his nose into this battle as only the top 2. Only 2 drivers transfer through, and there goes Lance Dubois. Dubois is going to go around, and the caution flag is going to fly. The caution flag coming out here, unfortunately, is the 823 is going to go around. A ton of damage on this ride as you see that whole front end just absolutely busted apart here in a heartbreaker for the Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey number 823 ride as that car has seen some better days, and unfortunately a tough break there for that number 823, man. That was a tough hit. We'll take a look back and see what happened, where it all started from. Just some good hard racing all around these top 4 positions, and then Countermarch right there. You see the 823 slides up in front of the 9 ride of Bo Stencil and the 21C. Everything's good there, but he kicks the rear end just a little bit out, loses a little bit of traction. Nowhere to go there for the 9 ride. Goes right underneath his rear end, scoops up those rear tires, and just unfortunately shoots them straight down the racetrack, hard into that inside wall, and a ton of damage there for that 823 as we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing. Out in front, Terry Boswell did not want to see that caution flag. He wanted to see this one go clean and green all the way to the end, as now he's got Ben Countermarch, Charles Barnes, Casey Childers, Chris Hill, Shannon Law, Brady Thompson, Lance Dubois bringing up the rear of the field as Bo Sensel's parked his ride here for this heat race. Is the restart up into the outside wall goes our race leader. The 54 rider Terry Boswell, is he throwing this one away? What's going on here as the 54 gets up into the outside fence on that restart right there, and here comes Ben Countermarch as he's going to jump up and take that lead away with one more lap left to go. One more lap here for Ben Countermarch down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, but the battle's back there for position number 2. A big run out of the 21C of Barnes, but he can't get there as Terry Boswell and Ben Countermarch are going to pick up the 2 transfer spots here in heat race number 4. That means we're going to get ready for our first consolation race of the evening. I'll be signed up for this series next year for sure. Absolutely, Tyson. Absolutely, my boy.
Left to
go.
go.
God. We hit the wrong button right there. What did we just hit? We opened up everything. Oh, my gosh. Hit the wrong button there, chat. Just got rid of the whole live feed on Facebook there for a quick second on my end so I can see the chat. There we go. I tried to like it and I clicked on the comment and it took me right to the page. That is wild. That slider by Brycey Bear was muy bien. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful ride right there for the 84 ride. Let's go, Terry. Let's get it. Tri-City. Nice job cheering on her teammate there is Michaela. She's cheering on her teammates out there on the racetrack as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. Our first consolation race of the evening. It's our first consi's about to get underway. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here in this one. As out in front, it is the number 1 machine. That is Vernon Hill to his outside in the Tri-City Speed number 17. That is Brandon Moore. Then you see the 7 ride down on the bottom side there in third. That is Stephen Hart to his outside. You see Keith Hackney. The 55 ride of Cody Myers there in 6th. He's got Michaela Steffs to his outside. She starts there in that 6th position. Tommy Hill and Patrick Lanier, Michael Clinton, Brady Miller, Daniel Elkins, Joseph Grandy, Donovan Sorensen, and Brandon Gibbs bringing up the rear of the field here in our first consolation race of the evening. Vernon Hill out in front, quickly putting the pedal to the metal as here comes the 91 rider Keith Acne way up the racetrack. They're going to go 3 wide right back there behind our leaders. Keith Acne trying to split the middle, trying to find a way up towards the front of the field here in a quick hurry as the 91 ride. Trying to slice him and dice him and trying to find a hole to jump up into and trying to work himself into one of these transfer spots. As I believe top 8 drivers, the top 8 cars will work their way into the show. Everybody else will unfortunately be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here at the end of this consolation race. So you want to be inside the top 8, and right now Michaela Steffs holding on to that 8th position, has a lot of hungry drivers. Right there behind her is Brady Miller, Daniel Elkins, Brandon Gibbs, Joseph Grandy having some issues here as him and I do believe that was 97 ride. Michael Clinton, unfortunately, getting tied up in that one. Clinton getting a big piece of that. We are going to see the caution flag fly here as Clinton trying to get that car down pit side. Unfortunately, the whole front end just absolutely busted apart here. We'll take a look and see what happens. A little bit of 3-wide battling here. The 518 right in the middle, and just looks like they kind of get pinched up together into the outside fence here. Unfortunately, they're both just leaning on each other. They run out of room down across the start-finish line. Our flagman getting a good look at that as they go around. Some heavy damage. Joseph's going to take his ride right down pit side. We also saw Sorensen having some issues here in the 307 ride as well. Looks like he's going to get possibly a piece of this action the lap beforehand here. He's going to get up into the outside fence there at a corner number 4. He's going to go around. He's trying to get the car back going here, but oh, it looks like he hit the fence again there. That car just kind of got blown apart right there and unfortunately stopped on the track, trying to get going here again. But here comes our race leaders right to the back end. Cody Myers going to make some contact there with him as you see that whole front end busted apart there on the 307. As we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing. Vernon Hill out in front as Matt Fletchell, my boy, coming in showing the love, says, guess I'm way too slow to run with these guys. Oh, Matty, my boy, You're never too slow, brother. You're only as slow as what you tell yourself, you know? As Keith Hackney right up into position number 3 here as he's got his teammate. He gets a little bit of a door slam right there as the 7 rider Stephen Hart got in there a little bit too deep, got right into the numbers there of the 91 ride. Cody Myers up into position number 2, going after our race leader, trying to work himself to the front of the field here in that Papa Mike Promotions. And Age Lens. It was the speed number 55 ride as he works the bottom side. Keith Hackney right there, his teammate trying to roll with him as they continue to try to find their way around the 1 ride of Vernon Hill as they're all within a transfer position right now. Top 8 cars will advance into this A-Main feature event. Stephen Hart there in 4th. Brandon Moore now up into 5th. Patrick Lanier there in 6th. Michaela Steffs in 7th. And Tommy Bush down to her inside in the Tri-City Speed 06 ride. In position number 8 as they duke it out here side by side for that 7th and 8th position. Brandon Gibbs right there. He's on the outside of a transfer spot trying to work himself in that 3D racing machine as he's trying to hit that House of Speed ride up inside the top 8. The punch is sticking. Here comes a big run down to the inside as he looks underneath the 06. Oh, it's going to get a little tight there. You had to get onto the binders and avoid the contact between him and Tommy Bush as Bush continued to still roll that bottom side of the racetrack. Gibbs trying to go even lower, and Brady Miller there on the outside looking in as well, back in position number 10. Cody Myers though out in front as Keith Hackney's jumped up into position number 2 here in this one as the checkered flag is gonna be displayed. Cody Myers, Keith Hackney, Hill, Hart, Lemire, and we'll take a look at the rest of the field here for that consolation race. We'll take a look at it right now as we'll show that up on the screen here. Let's make sure we can get the overlay to work and actually show it. There we go. All right, so you see Cody Myers picking up the C-Main win. Keith Hackney there in 2nd. Vernon Hill in 3rd. Stephen Hart, Patrick Lemire rounding at our top 5. Brandon Moore, Michaela Steffs, and Tommy Bush in that 8th and final transfer spot. That means Gibbs, Miller, Sorensen, Elkins, Grady, Chilton, and Johnson, unfortunately, all going to go home early. They're going to be loading up their rides, and they're going to be joining the fans in the stands here for this A-Main feature event as they are going to miss the start of, they're going to miss this feature race. And no one wants to miss this feature race, man. There is way too many good cars out there. There is way too much fun to be had on the racetrack as we'll get ready for our 2nd consolation race of the evening, our 2nd consi out there on the racetrack. And starting on the pole position in the 75 ride, that is Benji Killian. He's outside in the 21C. It's the House of Speed Papa Mike Promotions NLR ride. That is Charles Barnes. And then you see the 22 of Eric Curtis and the 92 of Casey Childers right there behind him. The 25 of Chris Haggard and the 5 of Chris Hill there in the 3rd row. Shannon Law and Kevin Battering there in 7th and 8th. Brady Thompson, PJ Popham, Lance Dubois, Brian Wax, Bo Stinsel, Warren Samoy, and Casey Durand rounding out the field. 15 drivers going to battle here in our B-Main consolation race. It's only the top 8 will transfer through into this A-Main feature event. Everybody else will go home as right now it's Benji Killian leading the way here as Killian out in front looking hooked up here in the 75 ride. Charles Barnes right there in position number 2. How do you do is the 21C machine there in the 2nd spot. Casey Childers up in the 3rd, and here comes Chris Haggard. Haggard there in position number 4 and looking for more is Eric Curtis right there. A little contact. Hang on to it. Almost going around was Chris Hill in that 5-8 ride. He's got it stuck right in the middle of 3 wide there. Gets a little piece of Brian Wax. Now he's going to get a piece of the 23 of Lance Dubois. Dubois is going to go around, and the caution flag is going to fly. A heartbreaker there for Lance Dubois as we will get another look at it and see what happened here as we saw the 5H of Chris Hill just trying to hang on to that ride, and unfortunately this looks like for Lance Dubois just nothing he could do here down the bottom side, trying to get checked up there for Warren Samoy and Brian Wax. There's the contact in front of him then. Hill just coming down the racetrack here, just unfortunately gets into his left or his right rear and spins that 823 ride around and up into the outside wall, stopped on the racetrack, and that is going to be our first caution flag. And unfortunately, it looks like a toe link or something broken in that 823 machine as he's kind of crab walking it down the racetrack. Sees a little bit of damage already on the car, just working the bottom side here, and Chris Hill coming down, and then just makes some contact and hard up into the outside fence there, and a heartbreaker for that 823 ride as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. You see the 823 back into one piece here right behind Chris Hill, probably showing his displeasure with that move as we got him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Mama Bear says, let's go, Keith and Cody. Thomas says, let's go, Keith Hackney as well. Matty, my boy, Mr. Fletchell, you're always fast enough to run with anybody out there on the sim, brother. You're always fast enough. Mama Bear says, let's go, Charles, cheering on that 21C machine of Charles Barnes as he's out there on the racetrack looking to have himself an evening. Colton Kraft coming in with the like on the stream. Heather Curtis coming in with that share. Seth Phillips, Johnny Nolan, Tyson Banks, Cody McDonald, Johnny Ratley, Shiloh Gagliano, Clifford Bellamy all coming in, showing the love with the reactions as well as we are back to green flag racing here in our B main consolation race. Our B main underway. Here is Benji Killian out in front here. Casey Childers up on the outside here looking to try to work himself around that number 21C. Is the caution flag going to come back out here? We did see that 43 of Casey Durant turned around here. Take a look and see what happens to Casey on this restart as he was parked right at the flag stand. Oh, looks like they stacked up right in front of him. He's trying to get onto the binders. Nowhere to go there for Lance Dubois. Is going to get into him, and around goes the 43. They were all stacked up right there in front of him here. Let's take another look at it. Oh, a little too far probably. We can get another view of this one. Just what happened right in front of them. You can't really see it there. Just the initial contact, and see if we can get a little look here from like spotter stand. There we go. Stacked up already on the bottom side. I feel, oh, there you go. You see that purple ride just above where my camera is. Kind of disappear there off the 2 ride of PJ Popham. And I think Popham getting on the gas here, but can't really see where his car is. There it is. Right in front of him, parked on his nose. He couldn't really guesstimate where that car was. Unfortunately, Bo Stenzel had to get underneath the 2 ride and get checked up. Chris Hill had to check up. The 43 did as well, and unfortunately, Lance Dubois just couldn't get checked up in time. Gets underneath of him and spins that 43 ride around as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. If I send a heart reaction, does it give me more speed and an invitation to this league? Matt, my boy, heart reaction gets you the world, brother. It gets you the world. Heather Curtis says, come on, Eric Curtis. No pussyfoot, no pussyfoot. And I don't think anyone in this field is pussyfoot out there. They are giving it everything they can, lap after lap after lap. There's no backing down. There's no backing out of it. You're fighting tooth and nail for every single position on the racetrack. As the pace truck makes a hard left-hand turn, we're going to go back to green flag racing here at Lanier National Speedway. Quickly, Benji Gillian back onto the loud pedal, trying to pull away with this one as Casey Childers battling door-to-door here with Charles Barnes. Barnes just trying to stay right there inside the top 3. Still more contact. Is there 3, 4, 5 wide back here behind him? Down on the bottom side, PJ Popham up into 7th, and it's an absolute dogfight. More contact. Eric Curtis trying to hang on to the 22 machine as he's now fallen out of a transfer spot, looking in. 3 wide right there behind him as Shannon Law, Chris Hill, Lance Dubois all battling back here. Casey Durant right there as well. Warren Samoy working himself up into 7th in the 77. He's in a transfer spot. PJ Popham on the hot seat right there in position number 8. He's currently in that final transfer position into this A main feature event. Everybody else behind him is on the outside looking in. That includes Bo Stintzel, the 14B of Brian Wax, The 22 at Eric Curtis, Shannon Law, Chris Hill, Lance Dubois, and Casey Durand. A lot of very fast cars is out in front. It's still Benji Killian. Is Killian continuing to lead the way? The white flag has been displayed. So one more time down the backstretch into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. There's a slow car. Brian Wax right there. Doesn't make a difference. Benji Killian's going to be able to hold on and pick up the checkered flag here in this consi. Childers, Barnes, Haggard, Thompson, and we'll take a look at the rest of that finishing order here to see who moves on and who unfortunately goes home here in this one. As Benji Killian picking up the checkered flag, Casey Childers, Charles Barnes, Chris Haggard, Brady Thompson, Kevin Battering, Warren Samoy, and PJ Popham in that final transfer spot. So PJ Popham is the final driver to punch his ticket into this A main feature event. Unfortunately, that means Bo Stencil, Eric Curtis, Chris Hill, Shannon Law, Lance Dubois, Brian Wax, Casey Durand, all unfortunately are going to load up their rides onto the trailer, and they're going to be joining the fans in the stands here for this A main feature event this evening. A heartbreaker for all those drivers not making it into the show, but unfortunately, you got to be in one of those transfers to work yourself into it. 24 cars make this A main feature event. That means that, I do believe it was, 15, 16 cars had to go home early. A heartbreaker for a lot of very, very fast drivers. Very, very fast cars. Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough this evening to work themselves into this feature event, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Stephen Hart coming in with that like in the share on the stream. Michaela Quinn coming in with that heart reaction. Blaze Rachel's coming in with the like. My boy Maddie Flatchel coming in with that heart reaction. Bryce, Tasha said good luck. Just send some love on her stream as well. Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Always good luck. Always good luck for Brycey Bear. Always good luck for all these drivers, man. You got to speak that into existence. You want to see all these drivers work them way in. Keith Hackney, did you step on it in qual? No, unfortunately, yeah, just random draw for heat races and everything else in this one. So if you start deep in the field here with the amount of talent and everything else with these drivers in this field, if you start even back in that 5th, 6th position, you know, you got your hands full. You're trying to pass a lot of very, very fast cars in a short period of time. And like he said, you know, it was random draw. He actually started in the 5th position. The car to his outside was Bryce Dickinson. Bryce was able to get the holes that he needed to work himself up towards the front of the field. Keith got held back just a little bit and unfortunately fell just a spot short there of working himself into the A main feature event through the heat race. So, you know, you see Keith Hackney, you see a lot of very, very fast, talented drivers in those consolation races, and that makes this that much bigger and that much better of a series because you get drivers like that trying to duke it out in a B main or a C main, just trying to work themselves into this A main feature event, even though in majority of the servers they get into, they have an opportunity to win it. And, you know, they're, you know, guys that pick up a lot of checkered flags, and here they are in these consolation races just trying to work themselves into a transfer spot. You look at Bo Stencil, you know, a great late model driver, unfortunately fallen, you know, one spot short of transferring through into this A main feature event. A heartbreaker there for Bo, and unfortunately we'll have to wait and see him back on the racetrack next Saturday. Oh, yeah, Keith, Tasha said good luck to you, I guess. Good luck to you, I guess, as well, to Keith. Yeah, I guess. Make sure she wishes Charles Barnes good luck and Cody Myers as well, and don't worry too much about that Keith guy. You know, he wins too much already anyways. Jamie Massey as well. All these drivers need good luck. Just make Tasha give everyone good luck except for Keith. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not speaking that into existence for poor Keith. Good luck, Keith. Good luck to all these drivers. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Green flag racing here in just a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get a quick drink in myself, and we're going to get primed and ready for this A main feature event.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. Picking up all the pieces is a form of art. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show? Well, here you go, as we're going to get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here from Lanier National Speedway. It's our A-main feature event about to get underway here in this one. As starting in that pole position in the number 07 ride, it is the Speed Ranch number 07 of Stephen Gaines. To his outside, you see Jamie Massey, Diesel Jones there in third, Ben Countermarsh, Lucas Rohr, Cody Gagliano, the 84 of Bryce Dickinson, Terry Boswell, Cody Myers, Benji Killian, Keith Hackney, Casey Childers, Charles Barnes, Vernon Hill, Chris Haggard, Stephen Hart, Brady Thompson, and the rest of our B-main consolation race drivers. As we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are green flag racing here at Lanier for 75 laps of racing action here in this one. Absolutely insane. It's out in front. It is Stephen Gaines leading the way here in this one. Jamie Massey right there behind him in position number 2 is Diesel Jones and Lucas Rourke there in third and fourth. Cody Gagliano there in position number 5 as his teammate in the House of Speed Papa Mike Promotions ride right there behind him. That's Bryce Dickinson in position number 6, and then you see the Sweet Victory Mutt Duck Racing number 12 ride of Ben Countermarsh right there trying to work himself around the 84. They play a little bit of bumper tag there and a little bit of bent sheet metal now in the back left corner of that number 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson as everyone up on top of the wheel continue to try to beat and bang and battle their way up towards the front of the field. Door to door there down the front straightaway, the 92 rider Casey Childers trying to jump up and take position number 10 away, or number 11 away from Benji Killian. Killian there to the outside, the 92 down to the inside, a seated 54 still up there. That's Terry Boswell. As everyone's starting to bounce around the 55 ride of Cody Myers, somehow holding on to the 55 ride. That opens the door though, as Keith Hackney going to slide right down underneath him, and he's going to work himself into position number 8 on the racetrack. Casey Childer is going to work himself around the 55 ride of Cody Myers as well. Benji Gillian right there, as we're going to see the first caution flag of the evening fly. Our first caution flag going to come out here in this one. I don't know how they lasted that long. There was a lot of beating and banging, a lot of battling all around the racetrack, and unfortunately for the number 54, looks like he is going to go around here. Bring in our first caution flag up on the extreme high side. Looks like he's just going to kind of run out of room here with the 55 right of Cody Myers. Gets up almost into the fence. Has to get up to the binders, and then, oh! Hits the track opening up there in corner number 3. And that's going to absolutely tear this 54 right apart. That is a heavy hit. That is a dangerous hit. You never like to see it out there on the racetrack. Just nowhere to go. Trying to keep the car out of the fence. Gets onto the binders, and the car behind him just gives him that little bit of a nudge and enough to send him right up into that gap. And then there it is, and bam, up into the wall, then hard into that wall right there in corner number 3. That's a tough break as he takes his ride down pit side, and gonna get some work done to 8 as we'll stack this field back up and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Is the green flag gonna come back out here in just a few more moments? Yo, John Quill, my boy John Quill Jr. coming in, setting it off here in this one with the heart reaction, the 100-star dono, another 100-star dono, another 100-star dono, another 100-star dono. Oh my gosh, John Quill, my boy, going absolutely crazy here in this one. As out in front, Stephen Gaines continuing to lead the way. Jamie Massey right there in second, trying to hold off Diesel Jones, as Jones right there to his outside. And we're going to see our second caution flag fly, as cautions breed cautions here in this one. And our second caution flag of the evening is going to be displayed. We'll take a look and see what happened here, as we'll see back here. Looks like Stephen Hart. You see the 06 parked down there inside of the racetrack as well, but looks like Stephen Hart right here. Right down through the middle has Kevin Battering there, the 86. Oh, just a big head of steam there for the 86 ride. And then, fortunately, Michaela Steff's nowhere to go. PJ Popham just being able to avoid it. And here comes the 06. That was an oh no moment there for Tommy Bush, as he slams right into the side of the 7 ride of Stephen Hart. Hart just unfortunately, when he washes up the racetrack, doesn't realize that this big run coming here from Patrick Lanier, as Lanier just trying to work to his outside. Unfortunately, they run out of room as he tags the back end of the 7 ride, and he's going to go around. And then you look on board here with the poor 06 of Tommy Bush, just nowhere to go. Sees it happening, trying to cut the car down low, and unfortunately, right door to door with them, and some heavy damage for both of those rides. So we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you guys say, yeah, absolutely, Mama Bear with the hashtag John up in the chat as well. Let's get some hashtags. Mr. Quill's up in the chat here. John Quill coming in with the massive star bomb, setting it off here in this one. Colton Kraft says, come on, Massey. Peter says, hey, Bryce Dickinson, middle finger. He will understand. Love Peter Neuter. I love it. I love it. I love it. Definitely. Middle fingers in the chat as well for Bryce Dickinson. No, I'm just kidding. Brycey Bear doing a great job right now, currently in that 7th position on the racetrack, just getting passed here by his teammate in that Grip Hackney Live number 91 ride, the House of Speed Machine. The Papa Mike Promotions ride of Keith Hackney up into 6s. You can throw a blanket over the 4 NLR rides right there in position number 5, 6, 7, and 8, as Cody Myers there in that 8th position, as we see our 3rd caution flag fly here in this one, as things starting to come undone here at the racetrack, as it looks like Michaela Steff's night going to get a little bit worse here, as that 49 ride down the bottom side of the racetrack. The Tri-City Speed Machine is trying to roll the bottom, still has a little bit of damage from that earlier incident, and then looks like Stephen Hart is going to get in there a little bit deep, going to just clip that right rear quarter panel of the 49 ride, and of course we see a couple cars coming right at her there. She's trying to get it turned back around, and unfortunately for Michaela, she is going to go around and bring that caution flag out. We'll take another look at it here and see if we can see from this rear view chase and see the contact between her and that 7 ride. It's a good run down here on the bottom side, but a big run out of the 7 ride, and then just unfortunately right there, the contact into that right rear quarter panel, getting that car jacked up and turned around, and you can see how slick this racetrack is. Just trying to get the car pointed back in the right direction is tough enough, and fortunately for Michaela, sliding through the slick stuff. Mr. Quill, best team owner. Oh my gosh, some butt kisser. Yeah, definitely a butt kisser right there. Definitely a butt kisser in that one. Jeepers, creepers, wowzers right there. Oh my gosh. He's trying to get a raise or something out of you, John. As we're going to go back to green flag racing. Steven Gaines doing a great job here out in front as that Speed Ranch number 07 ride continuing to lead the way. Diesel Jones is going to work himself up into second as Jamie Massey trying to hold off Lucas Rourke. They're almost 3 wide right there for position number 2. I don't know how they didn't all wreck each other. Door to door and not a lot of room there. I don't know how Jamie Massey did not take out that 46 ride of Diesel Jones. There were only 2 rows. There's only 2 lanes deep, and somehow they had 3 rides in 2 lanes out there on the racetrack. Massey gonna drop back down underneath the 5 ride of Lucas Rourke as they continue the beat and bang and battle here for position number 3. This could potentially be a battle for the championship as Lucas and Jamie have both been having some great races and being able to pick up a couple checker flags each here in the series. Jamie looking at trying to get the 1 up here once again on that 5 ride of Lucas Rourke, but Rourke not backing down, trying to find a lane, trying to find a way to get up in front of Jamie and maybe trying to either take that championship lead or trying to run away with it a little bit more. I'm not sure what the standings are, but I know it's got to be close between these guys, and they've been both having some great runs. And here comes the 5 ride, gonna send it in there again, some more contact. Beating and banging. Here comes Cody Gagliano. Cody was thinking about poking his nose into that battle. Decides differently. Gets onto the binders. Keeps that car from jumping in 3 wide and making something else happen here as Rourke and Massey continue to battle here for position number 3 on the racetrack, overshadowing the fact that Steven Gaines is out in front, and he's got Diesel Jones right there behind him. Diesel Jones doing a great job here in that Speed Ranch 46 ride in position number 2 as Cody Gagliano there in position number 5. Here comes Bryce Dickinson there in 6. Keith Hackney in position number 7. 7 trying to hold off Chris Haggard as Hackney just working that very bottom side of the racetrack. Hackney's going to take his ride down pit side. Keith Hackney down pit side here in that number 91 ride. That's going to move Chris Haggard up into position number 7. Benji Killian there in 8th. Brady Thompson now up into 9th as Cody Myers trying to round out our top 10 here, but he's got the 12 ride of Ben Countermarch down to his inside. Casey Childers up into position number 12 here with the big run on the high side as Vernon Hill right there in 13th. Kevin Battering there in 14th. PJ Popan rounding out our top 15 as he's got Warren Samoy and Patrick Lemire right there behind him. Stephen Hart there in 18th with Charles Barnes in the 06 of Tommy Bush. Unfortunately for Tommy Bush, he is being scored a lap down here, so a heartbreaker there for him as Charles Barnes in position number 19. Michaela Steffs there in 20th. Brandon Moore in 21st. Terry Boswell in that Tri-City Speed Machine number 54. He's in position number 23, scored a couple laps down. And Keith Hackney, unfortunately, off the racetrack here in the House of Speed, Papa Mike Promotions NLR number 91 ride. Out in front, Steven Gaines continuing to lead the way here as Gaines out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done at Lanier. Diesel Jones hanging right there with them as they start to put a gap, a big gap now between themselves and Lucas Rourke, about 1.6 seconds. As Rourke there in 3rd, Jamie Massey right there in position number 4 and looking for more out of the 19 ride. Cody Gagliano there inside the top 5 in position number 5 for the 20R ride. That Papa Mike Promotions NH Lens. House of Speed number 20R ride. right there in 5th. And you see Bryce Dickinson having himself a great run, even with a little bit of right front damage. Bryce up into position number 6 there, trying to find a way up inside the top 5. As there's a big gap back to that 25 of Chris Haggard. Haggard there in 7th. Benji Killian there in 8th. Brady Thompson up 9 positions on the racetrack there in the 9th position. As Cody Myers continuing to try to hold off the 12 ride. You see Cody Myers' tail end here looked a lot alike with the 91, Keith Hackney. Looks like their back wing has been completely busted off here. Looks like quite a bit of rear end damage here to that 55 ride as he's just continuing to try to hold off Casey Childers and Ben Countermarsh for this 10th position on the racetrack. Kevin Battering, PJ Popham, Warren Samoy, Stephen Hart, Patrick Lanier, Michaela Steffs, Charles Barnes, and Brandon Moore rounding out our top 20 here in this one as Stephen Gaines slowly but surely putting more drivers a lap down as he's rolling up to the back end of this 17 ride. Fortunately for Brandon Jones, that thing has seen some better days as well. Some pretty heavy contact on that 17 ride as well. Some damage all around it. I don't think there's a straight body panel left on it, but here comes that 07 as Gaines out in front, continuing to lead the way. You see Diesel Jones now with a little bit of right front damage as well. You're gonna think maybe he got into the outside wall possibly or some of this lap traffic to give himself that damage, but doesn't seem to be affecting him too much as he's hanging right there with our race leader. A little bit back there behind him, you see Lucas Rourke in 3rd and Jamie Massey, Cody Gagliano rounding out our top 5 as all these drivers continuing to do a great job beating and banging and battling all around the racetrack as we're about halfway in and halfway to go here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to jump into a PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We're going to crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. boys and girls. Give it up for all these drivers. A great crank it up session there in this one. As we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing as the caution flag been back to being displayed, as we'll get ready to take a look back and see what brings out, I do believe, our 4th caution flag of the evening. A big green flag run right there, and unfortunately looks like Michaela Steff's gonna get tied up in this one again, as we see our race leaders right there in this battle. Stephen Gaines continuing to try to work himself around as she gets up into the outside wall. Unfortunately for that 49 ride, she just gets up, clobbers that outside wall, trying to get stopped and getting the car off the track. Unfortunately, her teammate in the Tri-City Speed number 54 ride, nowhere to go, as Terry Boswell going to drive right into the back end of the 49 ride, and some pretty heavy damage there for Michaela, is right off the initial contact, getting into the wall, busting that whole right front all to shreds here, then trying to get stomped and off the track, and just nowhere to go. Benji Killian getting a piece of that one as well. Hopefully not too much damage to that 54 ride, but looks like a lot of damage to that whole right front of the 54s. We'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Is door-to-door for position number 2 is Stephen Gaines. Quickly onto the loud pedal. Gaines out in front as you see Lucas Rourke up into the outside fence. 3 wide here for position number 2 on the racetrack. Jamie Massey down low. Lucas Rourke up on the high side. A little bit of contact as Diesel Jones trying to work the middle side. He's using Jamie Massey up. Massey gonna use him up. They continue to bounce around. Hang on to it. Cody Gagliano. Cody's gonna slide up the racetrack. Somehow doesn't take the 46 ride of Diesel Jones out. But there goes Bryce Dickinson. Cody Gagliano's gonna go around as well. No caution flag as of yet. The 17 ride right there as well. There's the 92 parked sideways on the racetrack of Casey Childers. And the caution flag is going to fly. The caution flag going to come out here once again, as cautions breeding cautions, and oh my gosh, I don't know what was going on here with this one, but unfortunately here for Cody Gagliano, he's going to get tied up in it, just gets loose underneath the 46 ride, washes up the racetrack over the nose there of the 75 of Benji Killian. Killian trying to hold on to that 75 ride, but the 20R going to get up into the outside fence there just ever so slightly, and then they're 3 wide right here, a little bit of contact. The 25 gets into the 75, going to shove his nose down into Bryce Dickinson, which sends Bryce up the racetrack into his teammate there of Cody Gagliano. You see Casey Childers getting a big piece of that one as well. You see the 94 ride of Kevin Battering going to get into that as well, as things unfolded quickly here. And unfortunately, a couple very fast drivers up inside the top 10 here going to get the bad end of the deal. And Bryce Dickinson is looking to have himself a good night. Just gets turned around there, and unfortunately, a lot of hard racing, a lot of beating and banging and battling there around them, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Stephen Gaines out in front here all by himself, as he's got that front row to himself here. And then you got Lucas Rourke and Jamie Massey. This battle has been brewing all evening long. We've seen them use each other up quite a bit. Diesel Jones last time getting a piece of that one. You see Bryce Dickinson right there as well, hoping to get his position back. I'm not sure if he's going to or not. Looks like he's going to stay there. Looks like he's going to give Diesel a little bit of a door. Diesel's going to give him one back, as they're both battling for that inside lane here. I think Bryce wants it, but the 46 also wants it, and they're just going to keep on leaning on each other here up inside the top 5. I don't think either one of them is going to back down. I don't think either one of them are really, very happy with how the last restart win for them, as we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing. I do believe 19 more laps left to go here for Stephen Gaines. This is going to be a good night to break out the UFC game after this one. Everyone's going to have to download it. We're going to have to get ready to duke it out here, I think, down on the front stretch after this race. Unfortunately for Bryce, looks like he's going to go to the rear of the field here in the House of Speed Pompa Mike Promotions NLR ride. Definitely not having the night he wanted. It looks like Diesel Jones also going to get sent to the rear, and I do believe he just took his ride right off the racetrack. Nope, there he is. He's still out there. Diesel going to give a little shot to the 92, as we're going to go back to green flag racing. The green flag back out into the air here in this one. Stephen Gaines out in front, looking to try to pick up the checkered flag. Has been leading all evening long in that 0-7 ride. Jamie Massey going to make quick work here of the 5 of Lucas Rourke, as Rourke now sliding back in a quick hurry, trying to find that momentum, trying to find that speed he needs up there on the high side. Chris Haggard taking a look down low on him here as he's going to work himself back down to the bottom here, as Jamie Massey right there in position number 2. What can you do as he's right there in that back bumper of the 0-7 ride of Stephen Gaines. Lucas Rourke there in 3rd. Chris Haggard up into 4th. Benji Killian with a big run up inside the top 5 now. Here comes the Mud Duck Racing, Majula Say Speed Shop, Sweet Victory Apparel. Reliable number 12 ride as Ben Countermarsh up into 6. Cody Myers, somehow with a fairly destroyed car, has also found himself back up into the 7th position, trying to work himself inside the top 5. Kevin Battering in the 77 ride of Warren Samoy battle door to door there as Samoy goes up the racetrack a little bit higher in that 3D racing ride, and he's going to lose position number 8 there to Kevin Battering, and now he's under attack from that number 7 of Stephen Hart, as Hart working to the underside of the 77 ride. Here comes PJ Popham and the 21 Cia Charles Barnes. Unfortunately, Patrick Lanier scored a lap down back there in position number 16. So isn't Diesel Jones back there in that 15th position. Bryce Dickinson there in 14th. Casey Childers, 3 of those drivers were kind of tied up in that last rank. Unfortunately, do not see Cody Gagliano back out onto the racetrack. So a heartbreaker there for Cody Gagliano as he's parked his ride for the rest of the evening. But out in front, one driver that's been leading every single lap so far this evening, it's Stephen Gaines continuing to lead the way. Gaines out in front, looking to try to park this ride in victory lane, but he's got the 19 ride of Jamie Massey right there with him. Massey finding that little bit extra that he needed late in this race of the 19 ride. Now on his A game right there, trying to jump up and take this lead away. Massey probably not very happy with how he's been raced here with the 5 ride and the 46, and getting a big piece of both of those rides early on in the evening. Definitely a little bit more of a mad driver out there, as we're going to see the caution flag fly here once again. Looks like Bryce Dickinson, PJ Popham, Tommy Bush all collected in that. Casey Childers turned around, and a ton of damage here for Childers in this one, as well as 92 machine with a lot of damage. We'll take a look back and see what brings out the caution flag here once again. It's a late race caution flag inside 10 laps left to go. To make things even more exciting, see PJ Popham, his ride absolutely tore apart, missed in the whole right front tire and everything else there. We'll see what happens here. Take a look back. Casey working the bottom side here. See PJ Popham right there behind him. Looks like he's going to get a little piece of Popham there. He's going to be 4 wide right there, down across the line. I believe that was Bryce Dickinson down on the bottom side here. Casey Childers, PJ Popham right there in the middle as well. And Warren Samoy up on the extreme high side here. They kind of get stacked up right there in front of them. Stephen Hart and the 21 Cia Charles Barnes. And as they all kind of get stacked up, everyone trying to get every inch and every position they can. And unfortunately, not enough room out there for all of them. And some heavy hits there, some heavy contact for PJ Popham, Tommy Bush, the 92 Casey Childers, Bryce Dickinson, also getting a huge piece of that as well. We'll jump right on board here with that 84 ride and see what he sees from the cockpit here, just trying to roll that bottom side. Gets into the door of the 92 a little bit there, and then just unfortunately nothing he can do down low. Gets a little bit of a hook there and up the racetrack into the outside walls. We'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing. Stephen Gaines out in front here, continuing to lead the way. The 19 ride of Jamie Massey there in position number 2. Lucas Rourke in position number 3 with Benji Killian there in position number 4 and looking for more. Ben Countermarsh now up inside the top 5 here in that Mud Duck Racing Sweet Victory Apparel number 12 machine, as he's there in that 5th spot on the racetrack. Cody Myers in the NLR House of Speed number 55 ride there in 6. He's got Chris Haggard right there behind him. Stephen Hart, Charles Barnes, and Kevin Battering rounding out our top 10 as we're going to go back to green flag racing. The green flag back out into the air here in this one as Jamie Massey trying to find a way up and around the 07 of Stephen Gaines. Gaines has been out in front all evening long as he's getting a lot of that rear view mirror from the 19 ride as the 19 really poking his nose right underneath of the 07 ride as Steven trying to hang on to it. Jamie trying to stay in that second spot as well as he's got Lucas Rourke right there with him. Rourke starting to fall back a car length or so behind the 19 ride. He's got Benji Killian right there as well as Benji looking to maybe try to jump up and take that third spot away here from Lucas Rourke. That'd be a big run here for that number 75 ride as he's looking to try to jump up and work himself into third as you see Jamie Massey down low trying to work himself around that 07. Massey in second. Does he have enough left in the tank? Can he find the speed that he needs to jump up and take this lead away from the 07 of Stephen Gaines as Gaines just trying to hold him off here for a few more laps. As this time at a corner number 4, we're going to see 2 more laps left to go. Massey's there. He's on his back bumper, pushing him down through corner number 1 and at a corner number 2, trying to pull door to door. They're going to go down into corner number 3 and 4, continuing to beat and bang as out of corner number 4. We're going to see the white flag fly. One more time around here, more contact, door to door, almost dead, even down the backstretch. Massey gets a little loose, down into corner number 3, more contact, door to door, down into corner number 4, he can't beat him. As the 07 rider, Stephen Gaines is gonna pick up the checkered flag. What a run and what a race. I don't know how Steven held on to that thing, man. Oh my gosh, I thought for certain he was going to go around. I thought for certain that Jamie was going to find a way to get around him there with the contact. Tried the bump and run, tried to wash him up the racetrack. It was all for naught as the 07 of Stephen Gaines is going to pick up the checkered flag here in this one. The 75 rider Benji Killian able to jump up and take position number 3 away here from Lucas Rourke, as well as Rourke gonna fall back into position number 4, and Ben Countermarsh gonna round out our top 5. What a run, what a race, and what a drive. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's see some congratulations and good races up in the chat here, not only for our top 3 finishers, but for all these drivers in the field, any of them that didn't even make the A main feature event, a huge thank you to each and every one of these drivers for jumping in here and being a part of the evening of racing action. And obviously, let's see some checkered flags and some congratulations for that 07 ride, as he is able to pick up the checkered flag here in this one, man. What a run, what a drive, and what a finish right there. If you guys came here for a show, well, here you go. It really doesn't get a whole lot better than that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it gets much better than that. Gaines, Massey, you both made the show worth it. They definitely made the show worth it right there. Colton Lehman says, what a race right there. Heck yeah. Jonathan says, hell of a finish. Massey was clean about it. He had the chance to clean Gaines out and didn't go overboard. Congrats to the 07. Yeah, absolutely. He gave him, it's just rubbing and racing. You're going to try the bump and run. Anyone's going to on any given night for a checkered flag, whether it's for $20, $200, or $200,000, you're going to be trying that bump and run. Everyone out there is trying to get that checkered flag, trying to be that first car across the start-finish line. And Jamie gave it everything he could, the cleanest way he could do it without really taking him out, spinning him out, or being, very vicious with the move. And, could have used that bumper a lot earlier, could have made something happen there a little sooner and tried to battle underneath of him. But I mean, Steven just doing a great job, just trying to hold his lane that whole time, keeping the car pointing in the right direction and being able to keep that 19 right at bay and not let him get any of these big runs to be able to jump up and get around him there, especially on that final lap as Massey was trying to use him up. Unfortunately, he didn't use enough of them right there in that one. Jordan LaFont says, good race. That was a great race right there. That's racing. Damn close, Jamie Massey. Time to show the nose, says Logan Schmidt. Yeah, it was definitely time to show the nose right there, and he used it. Just unfortunately not enough of it. Good drive, Jamie. Hackney and the gang. That was a great run right there. I'd bump and run someone for an egg roll. Listen, egg rolls are pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone in here, time or time again, we would do it for an egg roll. 100%. 100%. We would all do it for an egg roll, I would. Of course I would. I'm fat. Of course I'd get an egg roll out of it for picking up a checkered flag. I would definitely wreck somebody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready to pull our race winner, Stephen Gaines, up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. We're going to pull the 07 up and get him in here and see his thoughts on those closing laps as we'll pull him in to the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey, Stephen, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Stephen, man, what a run, what a race. 75 laps around Lanier, a very slick racetrack, and a lot of top talent in here. Right there on your back bumper all evening long, trying to find a way to get around you. And take us back through those final laps, man. You got Jamie Massey all over your back bumper, then down out at corner number 4. We see a little contact to get that white flag, and he's trying to use you up, trying to push you up the racetrack, maybe trying to get you a little bit loose to drive underneath you. Didn't clean you out, but man, oh man, he was definitely using that bumper, trying to find a way to get around you there. Unfortunately for Jamie, not enough of it as you were able to hold him off, keep that 07 point in the right direction, and lead it from green flag to checkered flag and pick up the checkered flag here in this one.
Yes, sir. Them last few laps are crazy. I knew this whole race was going to be long. I don't know if there was going to be a lot of cautions or not. This is my first night running this. And I could tell he was faster than me. He definitely saved tires better than I did. I wasn't very smart on that one. That was on me. And Rubin's racing. I didn't know he was down there in 1 and 2. I was just trying to get us a win.
Absolutely. Well, you were able to hold them off, and even with the Rutman and the racing and everything else for a little bit there, I thought maybe, Jamie was going to get in there a little bit too deep, maybe make a little bit too much contact there with you, spin you around, in which case might have spun himself around right there. And with so many great talented drivers right there behind you guys trying to, get into that battle, trying to find an open hole for them to maybe drive around and pick up a couple spots to pick up a checkered flag for themselves. When you look at Benji Killian and, Lucas Rourke, Ben Countermarsh, Charles Barnes, so many great drivers throughout the top 10 here at the end of the night that, could have jumped up in a quick hurry and tried to find a hole, tried to find a way around you guys. What was going through your mind there is you and Jamie were battling. Did you know you were still, fast enough to keep all those other cars at bay, or were you getting a little worried that someone would jump up to the extreme high side and find something to get around you guys there late in this race?
Yeah, I just like to think I just do what I got to do, I know my friend, me and Lucas are best friends. I mean, I knew he's fast. He's always been fast. So I was just hoping it'd come down to the end. When we got to racing there and we steadily pulling people, I knew it was just me and him. That's all it was. Whoever was there was there. So.
Beauty. Well, an absolute great run here for you, Stephen, as you're able to park that 07 ride down here in Victory Lane for the Saturday Night Super Series. Stephen, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong drive all evening long?
I'd like to thank first Tanner Tomasi, Speed Ranch, man. I've been with him for a long time. He's really helped me a lot, really progressed me through this game and showing me the ways. And I'd like to thank JC Floyd. He's came on board lately, one of my good friends. He's really helped me. A lot of testing hours with him. And all my boys at Speed Ranch, man. Can't thank them enough for just helping me. Just being there, running laps, because laps make a difference in this game. And that's about everybody.
Beauty. Well, Stephen, congratulations on a great run. Congratulations on the checkered flag here in this one. We hope to see you back out on the racetrack next Saturday as well, and we hope to see another great battle like we did here this evening. Maybe a little less contact, but maybe the same result here for you, and see you back up in Victory Lane.
Yes, sir. Thank you for broadcast.
Absolutely, Stephen. Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Stephen Gaines, as he picks up the checkered flag here in this one. What a run and what a race out of that 07 ride as he's able to get it done and hold off one of the best in the business, the 19 rider Jamie Massey. Is Massey coming home here in position number 2. Gave it everything he could, left it all out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, just came up a little bit short in this one as we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher, Jamie Massey, here for his post-race interview. Hey, Jamie, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
What's up, man?
Not much, Jamie, my boy. What a run, what a race, man. We saw a lot of great battles out there all evening long in the front of the field, and the back of the field, but, man, it was all you out there on the racetrack as we saw you making some big moves and saw a lot of contact up there throughout the top 5 here. You know, we saw you and Lucas Rourke getting into it a little bit. You throw Diesel Jones in there, getting into a little bit of that contact as well as you guys were battling hard out there lap after lap after lap, and then it comes all the way down here to you and Steven late in this race. You try to get around him. You try to find a way to get past the 07 rider. You try to use that front bumper. Unfortunately, maybe didn't use enough of it. But, man, that 07 run was just so good and so fast all evening long, and you just couldn't find yourself a way to get around him here late in this race, even with that contact, man. Take us back through this one and how it all came to be.
Boy, them boys was quick the first 60, wasn't they? They was quick the first 60. This 70-lap race, not 60, so I knew that we had to be there on lap 70, and we definitely was there, but I'm just lucky to have a car left. I got the shit beat out of me that race. I've never been hit that many times, chopped, blocked, cut down on, turned into, turned sideways, and I don't race them like that. But and I wouldn't have raced Steven that way. I don't race like that. I would have much rather run second than had to beat on him. But them fuckers beat on my shit every lap, and I don't play that game. So when I got to him and I was faster than him, I guess they were faster than me while I was riding. So I beat on him a little bit.
Absolutely, brother. Sometimes, you know, just like you said before, you know, there's a lot of respect out there on the racetrack, and sometimes, you know, that respect is, you know, is earned and not given, and obviously you didn't feel too much respect out there getting beaten around throughout the evening, and then right there at the end, trying to get one back there on the 07 ride, trying to find a way to get around him. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get it done here in this one, but Jamie, man, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here in that 19 ride again as he came oh so close to yet again another checkered flag here in the Saturday Night Super Series?
First and foremost, congratulations, Steven. He did a hell of a job. If I would have won that race, I'd have felt bad for beating on him, but goddamn. So congratulations to him. Hats off to him. He drove a hell of a race. I tried to give him everything I could to get him out of the way, and we just wasn't good enough, couldn't get there soon enough, and he got it done. I want to thank everybody over at NLR, House of Speed, 42 Graphics, Papa Mounts Promotions, and all these guys for putting this show on, man. They some good-ass drivers in here, and I look forward to next week.
Absolutely, Jamie. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack. We look forward to seeing you duke it out in battle like you did here tonight in this one. Unfortunately, one spot short, but, man, another great run and another great drive here for yourself. And hopefully, you know, you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next Saturday.
Thank you, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Jamie Massey. Is Jamie coming in here in position number 2, unfortunately coming up one spot short. I'm not sure if Benji's going to jump up into the Discord or not for his post-race interview. I don't see him up here. I'm not sure if he's going to jump in and battle with this one, as I don't see him in here. I don't see our third place finisher, but, man, Benji Killian, a big run, a big drive here, jumped up 7 positions on the racetrack, and late in this one, coming to life, working himself through the field, getting around Lucas Rourke to park that 75 right up here on the front stretch, and up on a podium, man. A great run and a great drive there for Benji as he's able to come home in position number 3. I'll interview for Benji. I don't know who he is, but I'll do my best. I got it. We'll be good. We'll be fine. Don't you worry. Man, Benji, a great run, a great drive there. Mr. Killian coming in and showing a lot of speed and a lot of good runs here in this series as well. Him, Lucas Rourke, Jamie Massey, Ben Countermarshall. Got a lot of these guys that have been here week after week after week and somehow or another being able to avoid a lot of the contact, a lot of the mayhem, and able to keep their cars pointed in the right direction until late in this race and getting up into the mix of things and parking their rides up here on the front stretch and having these good finishes, definitely putting themselves into great contention here of a championship at the end of the series. Jerry Culver, my boy Jerry, coming in showing the love as well. What's good, Jerry? Jerry says, what's up, man? What's up, Jerry? How's your day going? How's your evening going? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Jamie finna put $1 in the swear job. Yeah, he better put $1 in the swear jar right now. The profanity. Can't have the profanity. Jerry Culver, Chris Haggard, Chris Amuse, Jonathan Wheely coming in showing the love. Dustin Benton coming in dropping the like as well in this one. Lance Dubois coming in with that like. Todd Hook, Eric Curtis, Justin Ward all coming in with the reactions as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that heart reaction, hit that share button, and hit that follow button here in this one. But unfortunately, we're going to call it there on that note. A huge congratulations again to Steven. Comes in, says thank you for the broadcast. Absolutely, Steven. Huge shout out to Steven Gaines picking up the checkered flag here in this one. And a huge shout out to all these drivers, man, putting on a hell of a show right from the drop of the first green flag right down to the checkered flag. These guys put on an amazing show here for us, man. That was a ton of fun. And, we look forward to seeing them back on the racetrack next Saturday as this is going to continue on for quite a while here for the series. And a huge shout out to every one of you guys for tuning in, showing the love with the likes, the shares, the follows, everything else, the star senders, people subscribing and resubscribing throughout the evening, man. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming in and showing the love here in this one. But we're going to call it there on that note, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys all back here tomorrow for some more racing action as we got 3 broadcasts to do tomorrow. We got 3 races tomorrow evening again. We got the Outcast Racing League tomorrow evening at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Following that at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, we have the Bulletproof Motorsports Super Late Models. They're going to go to battle as well. And then at 9 o'clock, I do believe we got the trucks on dirt again for the League of Outlaws series. And we got a lot of racing and a lot of good times to be had here on PeaceMaker Gaming. So make sure you turn that bell notification on. That way you guys never miss it when we go live. You get that notification that let you know that PeaceMaker Gaming is live and we got some racing action going on. But thank y'all for tuning in. I will see you guys all back here tomorrow. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. What a run, what a race, what a show. That was absolutely wild.
Bad things happen to good people. None of us were ever really born equal. Only one life, there ain't no sequel. Some people live, others stay fearful. This world ain't never been peaceful. You got good, always butting heads against evil. The good try to be fair, but the bad lethal. They gon' fight dirty, every single one deceitful. Stand up, I wanna see your face. Get your chin up like you belong in this place. We gon' train like you've never trained before. You're going up against something that you can't ignore. This ain't a game, this your life that we're playing with. There ain't no reset button or an off switch. You gotta face your fears, you gotta scratch the itch. You gotta break through the walls and get after it. Only time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying. Cause I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking. I'll keep going through the blood that I'm tasting. I won't stop till they've all seen greatness. The battle for my world just started, I've been waiting. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. leave it all on the battlefield, push the attack. You can't stop me, I'm obsessive. A lot of people think that I come off aggressive, but I'm just passionate. Why aren't you? Ain't nobody care if you got nothing to lose. You gotta put yourself on the line, make moves. Otherwise you'll be a sheep with the lions watching you. Only time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying, cause I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking. I'll keep going through the blood that I'm tasting. I won't stop till they've all seen greatness. The battle for my world just started, I've been waiting. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no, there ain't no one else. Pick a side by yourself. Today is the day, don't waste any time. Know it's time to make a change. Up in your mind, rearrange. Start thinking you're the hero headed out on your way. There's gonna be good times and bad times. That's alright, just stay on the line. Cause in life we all got a different mission, but the good guy always wins, that's a given. If you stay committed, you stay driven, you'll be looking down the barrel of completing your mission. Ignition, light the flame, get the fire and you listen. Take these words deep, cause this is real, ain't no fiction. You don't need drugs, help any prescription. Just persistence and energy can win any competition. So keep fighting, facing any opposition, and be the hero in a story you yourself have written. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no, there ain't no one else. Pick a side by yourself. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps I take from my bed to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Will today be rough or will today be great?